mathematical term, quotient. When there is a numerator, there is a denominator. Numerator divided by the denominator gives you the quotient. Okay. So what is this happiness quotient? We are looking at a small scenario. What makes you happy? The common thing is, yes, I have a lot of desires to fulfill. And as I fulfill these desires, I get happier. A lot of things to do. So suppose the things I desire and I want to fulfill, they become the numerator. And my fulfillment becomes the denominator. What are the things that I want to achieve? Demand increases limitlessly. My capacity to achieve those demands and desires becomes lesser and lesser as we grow older. So the quotient should be point some figure, no? With more desires, less fulfillment of desires. More desires, less fulfillment of desires. So obviously the quotient is going to be smaller. So mathematically, you can never be happy. Mathematically, you can never be happy. But do you find yourselves happy again occasionally? Lots of time. In fact, for about a few hours per day, we are all completely happy when you are asleep. You are so happy that when I wake you up and want you to bring you out, you say, "Chodo yaar, let me sleep for some more time." So there is a certain cessation of problems. There is a cessation. On the time you are totally absorbed. There is an absorbed person. So technically, mathematically, you cannot be happy, but you find yourself happy. That means this formula has to be looked at differently. Okay, there has to be a paradigm shift in looking at this formula. So I spoke to some person and they said, very simple, sir. You reduce the numerator. Reduce your wants. It will automatically get out. I said, kya baat hai bolte hai? For example, I'm missing Bangalore now, There is a great puja going on in that gated community where I live. Kanta is my friend from there. You should go in the evening there, Golgappa stall, Pav Bhaji stall, Belpuri stall, afternoon Bhog, Mahabhog Prasad. Then all our Kolkata, Mishti, Doi, everything is available. You mean to say I should reduce all that? Yeah, I bet I don't want happiness. I won't reduce all this. I'm not prepared to reduce all this. There is a stage show going on there. I would love to go on stage and sing and entertain people. I'm not going to willing to reduce all this. That's a pass. That won't work. So I'm not willing to reduce my wants. There is no way I can increase the power of fulfillment, yet I discover myself to be happy. There must be a way out. There must be a way out. Okay. Now, based on what I fulfill in life, based on what I achieve in life, I call myself a successful person, an unsuccessful person. Hello. So if I get a job in such and such a place, I am a successful person. If I make so many hundreds of thousands, nobody thinks, hundreds of crores now, I am a successful. If I'm a rich man, I am a successful person. So these are my paradigms for judging how I have fared in life. Because I was talking to a gentleman once, and we said we'll meet in a 2-3 days time or something. We had a small meeting. And we were to meet next week. The fellow didn't come. That was before the mobile phone days. It was only landline days. Before mobile phone, before Facebook. Facebook is now, even before I have a haircut, it's announced, in Facebook. So before those days, I didn't see him in his office for a couple of days, and I called his family. They said he met with an accident, and I went and met him. I asked him what happened. He said, I was just crossing the road. In Chennai, we have those auto rickshaws. They're there in many, many places. 3-legged there. And my Guruji used to call him Yamaduta. Kahan se aayega? No entry mein aayega, we don't. The fellow knocked him down and he got hurt and he was in the hospital. So after I was talking to him, it set me thinking. I want to cross the road. And on the opposite side is the bus that is available, which will take me about 40 kilometers away to go meet a friend. Now I'm going to judge my success. Okay. What are the possibilities? I cross the road, I get the bus. One possibility. Possibility number 2. As I am crossing the road, one of my well-known friends, he is also crossing the road by his car. And he says, why go by car when you come in why go by bus? You come in my car. I'll take you in my car. And I reach the destination in half the time. And the third scenario, I try to cross the road. Many of these bus driver conductors, they have got so much cruelty in their mind, especially as you're approaching the bus, he will do double whistle. So the bus will move away. And the next bus will come after another one. So you cross the road, you take the bus. Before crossing the road, you get another form of transport. You cross the road, miss the bus. As you are crossing the road, you get knocked down by an auto rickshaw. End up in a hospital asking philosophical question, who am I, where am I, vagara, vagara. Is it not so? All 4 possibilities are there. No, tell me if any of these possibilities are in your hand. No. How can you say you are successful or not successful just based on some results? But if I did not get what I want, what is my attitude towards that result? Do I continue to be a person who maintains objectivity? Or do I curse myself and look at the thing, oh, now, Shani movement has started. Rahu movement has started. I am an unfortunate person. There was a fellow who told me, I don't have an inferiority complex, sir. I am plain inferior. What a conclusion. So, failure cannot be judged based on results. Happiness case cannot be based on results quite simply because they are not in my hands. Okay. There is a very beautiful verse quoted in the Bhagavad Gita. Everybody and his uncle quotes that. They say, Karmani eva adhikarahate ma phaleshu kadachana. And how is it translated? Do your work, do not expect results. Can there be a more stupid translation? That means my job is to speak and I don't expect you to understand. What's the point in wasting 1 hour of your time? So, there was a fellow who printed this. Stick to do your duties, do not expect results. He printed 1 lakh copies. I asked him, why didn't you print 1 crore copy? He said, sir, who will read? Even the fellow who printed it looking for results. And he is telling me, don't expect results. There is some other way we have to look at it. If we look at it differently, happiness quotient comes into your hand. Karmani eva adhikaraha te. You have control over action alone, not over results. You can throw the ball up, coming down is not in your hands. Karmani eva adhikarat ma phaleshu. Phal is not in your hands. That's what he's trying to say. He's not saying do not expect result. He said appreciate the fact that result is not in your hand. You can look at all the figures and say today I will buy this company's share. Whether the share will go up or not is not in your hands. That's all he's saying. Therefore comes the next. So this is not an advice. It's a statement of fact. Sachai. The second line is a statement of fact. Ma karma phala hetur buhu. Don't focus on the result. Mate sangotsva akarmani. Don't say, "Are kuch bhi mere haath mein nahi hai, so why should I do anything?" That is advice. Please understand, work is in your hand, result is not in your hand. Therefore, do not have a fatalistic attitude. Don't focus only on results. If I get results, this is only the way I'll be happy. It's just a statement of fact. If I understand this and change certain things in the numerator column, which are in my hands, our life will definitely be qualitatively better. So what are the things that we can do to change the numerator? Okay, this is available as a record. You can always replay it, but there are certain points you can also write down if you like. Okay. First thing, please ask yourself a question. What's your life goal? What do you want to achieve in life? There are a lot of people who do not know what they want in life. Be very clear. What is it that you want in your life? Break it up into long term, medium term, immediate. I don't understand short term, immediate. Based on what you do immediately, the medium term will unfold. Whatever modifications you do in the medium term will, I want to use a very powerful word, will manifest as your long-term goal. Immediate goal will bring in certain outcomes in the medium term, modify there, and the goal you want will manifest itself. So be very clear about what is it that you want in your life. I don't want to tell what is it that you want in your life. Ask yourself. Please ask yourself, hey, what is it that you want in your life? What is it that I want? Keep asking this question till the answer is clear to you. What is it that I want in? What is it that I want to achieve in life? A lot of money. At the end of this, I will tell you what are the 4 things which are immediate. I've told so many times in the past. I don't mind repeating. I'll tell you what are the 4 things which we really, all of us should desire for, and for which we must start immediate and long. So have a long-term vision. Many of us, middle class people, spend our time and work for retirement. I said, don't think for retirement. Think of life beyond retirement. I will retire at 60 with so much money. Then kya karoge? Get bored to death. Put on weight. And whatever you earned, you spend it on doctors and paramedical tests. So don't just think of retirement. Think in terms of life after retirement from work. Not just vocation, add avocation. Okay? Then, very important thing we should add. Stop this blame game. Why are you not successful? My father did not encourage me to study. My father said, go to work early. Why didn't you become an actor? My father said, no, do this. My mother said, do this. Then you got married and then your life got taken over by the spouse. My spouse said, do this. My mother-in-law said this. My father-in-law said this. If you believe in astrology, Rahu, Ketu and Shani did this. Blame game. This is called blame game. Remember, when you point a finger at your neighbor, there are 3 more pointing back at you. A nice song there, Point a finger at your neighbor, there are 3 more pointing back at you. This blame game business doesn't get you anywhere. At the end of the day, you are sad and you are finding out a big list of people who made you sad. So blame game. Stop this blame game business. Okay? Then, something very, very firmly in your hand. Very, very firmly, which I recommend everybody should follow. It is called, it was given by Kabir Das long back. Now they are giving workshops for it and charging you a hell of a lot of money. It is called Etiquette Workshop. And Kabir Das wrote in 2 lines. Aisi bani boliye, man ka apa khoye. और अन्न को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल होए. Learn to speak well. Learn to speak well. Learn to appreciate people. Whereas we are quick to say or find fault. We are quick to say this is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay. This is cynical attitude. Whereas if we learn to appreciate using sound words. If you use, you will find that habit catches on. When somebody appreciates me, what do I say? I say, you're very kind. Now, this has become the vocabulary of so many people now. So when I say you have done a good job, they write back to me saying you're very kind. And when somebody does a good job, I write there only one word, splendid. This has become a popular English word among so many people. Everybody writes splendid. One person said, quoting your own word, splendid. Somebody says you did a great job. Keep changing it. Don't say the standard thing every day. One day I say very kind of you. One day I say, oh, it's such a nice thing to say. I am touched by your kindness. And say this sincere. Say this sincere. So I see Bani, the moment your words they create a certain radiance. They create a radiance of positivity around you. And this radiance of positivity impacts your happiness. So create this radiance of positivity. Somebody will tell you that you are going through this spell. Just know somebody was telling you, I was late by 15 minutes, otherwise I would have come at 10 minutes to 5. Somebody was telling me on the telephone that, I'm going through this Sade Sati or something, and I'm going through the last 2.5 years. I said, Kya hoga? Then he says, I said, Kya, what will happen? He says, my fee is 2,999. So I said, thank you very much. I'll call you back. What will happen? What is the worst that can happen? At 68, what will happen? Yeah, lodak jayenge na ek din, that's all. Apna to fulfill ho gaya. All my karma is fulfilled. I don't mind. I don't like to go so easily. What is the worst that can happen? So this, blaming game, looking at the negative side and saying, "Arey mere ye hoga, wo hoga." So stop this blame game. Bring this radiance. It's called an orb. This works in circles. It doesn't work this way. It works in circles. Like if you throw a stone at a lake of still water, the rings will reach the corner. It works like an orb. So the more positivity, you tell somebody, you're looking very smart today. You're looking very elegant today. You're looking so dignified. And you speak so well. You have such a nice way with words. You're so kind. You're doing such a good work. Genuinely, dil se bataiye and see how the orb keeps expanding around. Okay? So this is something very important. So manners and etiquette. Then come closer to you. There is something called, in English they call it hygiene. But I would like to use the Sanskrit word. The Sanskrit word is called shaucha. Shaucham. Shaucha means a certain cleanliness. I saw a movie last week, on YouTube. Very nice movie. Lovely Devanand movie. It was Devanand's birthday, last week. So I saw Devanand movie. The song was Zindagi ka saath nibhata hum dono, in which, the young man says to Major Verma, he says, in life I have only one policy. So socha wahi bola, jo bola wahi kiya. Alignment of thought, word and deed. Cinema dialogue. Jo socha wahi bola, jo bola wahi kiya. A certain alignment of thought, word and deed. That is called shaucha. A certain, I would not even call purity, and all these are very strong words. I'll say a certain clarity in your thinking process. A certain clarity. Things fall in place. There's a clarity in thinking process. That clarity is expressed in words, and that expression is acted out. Okay? It brings into alignment. There is a beautiful Sanskrit word we are all referred to as Arya. And somebody wrote a history. Then these Aryans came from Mongolia. And Dravidians were living in India, and then we drove them down to south of India. So Aryan, Dravidian divide. I have not heard more bakwas than this. Arya means Arjavat Arya. One who is aligned is an Arya. You are educated, your words reflect your education, your action are in conformity with your thought and words. This is a permanent project of excellence. And the chances are, not chances, if you put this as a goal, the chances of this getting fulfilled is higher. The chances of this getting fulfilled is higher. And the moment, again, the orb grows. They say there's an aura. There's an aura, tejas. They talk about a presence. The person walks in and there is a presence. They talk about that. So, one is, that meeti boli, hot word, deed. This comes. Then comes. There are 5 important things in our lives, all our lives. All of them start with 5, with P, the letter P. 5 P's of our life. And if they are not in order, the 6th P, peace is, peace, P-E-A-C becomes P-I-E-C. You go to pieces. And what are the 5 P's? You are person, the physical body. You are person. Then, to this person, you add a position. Nobody says, I am so and so. You have to add, like I often say, I am a retired so and so. I am an ex so and so. So, position is important. I'm not saying leave it suddenly. So, there's a you, the person. There is a position. And this P also has, person also has a lot of possessions around it, which makes him feel good. Possessions. So, person, position, possession, people around you. The people around you. And the last P is your profession. Person, the possession, the people, and your profession. These 5 things will go along wherever you go. And if by nature, if I am not able to manage my relationships with these 5 can be divided into managing it with 3. Bring it down to 3 relationship. It's called relationship management. Bring it down to only 3 factors. What is my relationship with another human being? People. I use a Sanskrit word, jiva, sambandha. How do I manage my relationship with people? Jiva, sambandha. Point number 2. How do I manage my relationship with everything else? Jiva, jagat, sambandha. Jiva, jagat, sambandha. What is my relationship with the world? My position, my possession. Then comes the last one, very powerful. Jiva, Ishvara Sambandha. What is my spiritual quotient? The relationship with Ishvara. Ishvara is God, call it whatever. What is these 3 relationships define my 5 relationships. The first, the top, my relationship with Ishvara. I'll bring it a little more. A lot of people don't like the usage of the word Ishvara. Can you not leave Ishvara out? I said, yeah, I'll leave Ishvara out. You leave Ishvara out, I'll tell you a beautiful story. Then we'll see whether we can leave Ishvara out. If the relationship with, okay, let's not call it Ishvara. I will call it the cosmic intelligence. If the relationship with the cosmic intelligence is proper, I get a lot of inner resources. This inner resources, there is a beautiful Sanskrit word, Atmabal. Atmabal gives me 2 important results. One is called Viveka, the other is called Vairagya. Viveka is sense of discretion. Vairagya is a sense of dispassion. Discretion to go towards what is proper. Vairagya to go away from what is not proper. Nobody has to tell you what is proper and what is not proper. Somebody says, speak the truth. I say, speak the truth is a natural value. How do you know it's a natural value? Two thieves are stealing. They made up a big loot. Now they are now sharing. So while they were sharing, one of the thieves went for a break. The other thief took two bundles and kept it in his pocket. So the thief who went for a break comes back and says, tell me honestly, did you not take anything from here? Chori kiya, and he says, Sach bolo, tumne humse chori kiya ki nahi. So you want the whole world to be honest with you. It's a natural value. But our problem is, when it comes to my being honest with you, there is always, oh, idhar udhar, jogad mein chalta hai. So, if I have the Atma Bal, if my relationship with the cosmic intelligence is fine, I will have no problem about ironing out all this. The Vairagya, I have to iron out all these conflicts. The more conflict, it is like this, I am an integrated person. Conflict, I am disintegrated. If there is no conflict, I am integrated. Disintegrated, integrated. Disintegrated. And when do I get integrated? Look at times. It is like last time I did mention. It is like, singing. You sing a song. At the end of the song, people clap. You are happy. Immediately after the song, you go to the next song. I use the word, raga. Raga is that whole song. And it is based on a swara, sa, pa, sa note. So the sa, pa, sa note, if I were to sing it in English, I would say, I want, that's the tambura shruti. And that an I want, you want various desires fulfilled. And all these desires, they are called the 5 Ps. They come with certain inbuilt problems. So nobody says don't have desires. If somebody says don't have desires, it's a very foolish thing, because the desire not to have a desire is another desire. Careful. The desire not to have a desire is another desire. Ye kaisa kaam karega? You have to understand. It is called dosha drishti. Dosha drishti means you're buying certain things. Like it happened. Last year I bought one nice phone. I bought an iPhone. बहुत खुशी खुशी घर लेके आया. I found that I have to buy a new charge card also. They say it doesn't come along, sir. You have to spend 1,900 for this. Then for putting on the earphone, I had to buy another 1,900. Then, sir, cover separately, sir. Yes, separately, sir. I said, what are you selling then? So this comes with a certain dosha. When you buy, oh my God, so happy. But it comes with a lot of other problems also. It is called Sukha, Dukkha, Mishra Tattva. So whatever you achieve will have a Sukh and Dukh. It will come together. Like, people in the 20, 30, 40s, they will get a big promotion, huge hike, relocation away from your family. Or you'll say, I got into a new company. In that company, the chairman will be the fellow who will be your junior in school and who never did well in studies. See, this will be up down, aage piche. This is called Sukha, Dukkha, Mishra Tattva. Second, it will always be dissatisfying. You will always want, ye dil mange more, gana bhi bana, cinema bhi bana tha. You will always want some which better. Your cricketer would have scored 95 runs and got out. Are aur 5 run bana tha na to 100 ho jata. If he had stayed for 2 more overs, we would have won the match. These problems will be there. This is called dissatisfaction. And the third one is addiction. You will want it repeatedly. Nobody says don't have desires, but please understand desires come with these problems. This is called In very simple Hindi terms, Sachai ka samna. Be aware of realities. So let me tell you a quick story. It was before the Mahabharat war. Krishna was sleeping, and both Duryodhan and Arjun went to seek his help. Duryodhan sat at his head. Arjun sat at the feet. Krishna woke up and he said, "Oh, Arjun, you have come." Duryodhan said, "I have also come." "Very good. We have come to seek your help." So Krishna said very simply, "I will not fight this war. Astra Shastra nahi uthai. I will not fight this war. I will give you my army. So you choose whether you want me or my army." Duryodhan said, "You will not fight. Useless. Give me your army." Arjun said, "Give me yourself. I want you." So suppose you are meeting a very rich man, India's rich man today, Mr. Adani, you meet him today. You are meeting Ambani today. So Ambani comes and tells you, on one side is Reliance, one side is me. Who do you want? Reliance, आपको एक डिपार्टमेंट मैनेज करने नहीं आए. You say, Ambani, आप आ जाओ. Reliance will follow Ambani. So learn to choose Chaitanya Vastu. Learn to choose. This is called Ish. This is called Viveka. Choose the right resources to work in your life. What is this Ishvara thing? Call him Ishvara, call him cosmic intelligence. There are certain things which are not under your hands at all. Not under your hands at all. What are they? Heartbeat. Is it in your hands? You can show. There's a heart in this size. Lab, dub, dub, lab. Lab ke baad dub nahi aaya to what happens? Concase. Who ensures the dub lab? It works non-stop, this piece of muscle. It pumps enough water for the whole of Bombay. How does it work? Cosmic intelligence. How do your eyes see? What a miracle. What a miracle. Hand grips. What a miracle. I'm gripping. Suppose I didn't have this finger, I can't take a cup properly. Suppose I didn't have this thumb, I can't use this clip. Just imagine, no thumb. How am I going to use this clip? What a miracle. This works because of an intelligent system there. I call that system intelligent order. And some people, some wise people have chosen to call it Ishvara. Ab isko Ishvara bulao, cosmic intelligence bulao. It is a certain awareness of a certain principle which is not in your hands. Your happiness quotient depends upon your awareness of realities. What are the realities? How do I relate to another being, human being? Jiva, Jiva Sambandha. How do I relate to everything else in the world? Jiva, Jagat Sambandha. How I relate to the cosmic intelligent factor which is not in my hands? Jiva, Ishvara Sambandha. If you are aware of these realities, no conflict at all. Absolutely no conflict. Okay. Let me take you a little further. Little further. There is a car, a very expensive car. The car has 4 tires. All 4 must have proper air. Once in a while, you must do wheel alignment, balancing, rotating the wheels. All those things you should. Send the car for service once in a while. Yeah. So, what are these 4 tires? You are also and I are also like a car. A ratha. Arjun in the Bhagavad Gita used this expression. Krishna says this is like a ratha. Shariram ratha. So what is the ratha and what are the tires here? There are 4 tires. Tier number 1 is your physical well-being. Are you physically fit? Okay, are you physically fit in keeping with your age? And the physical fitness has to be managed in keeping with the growth of the body. I once had a very nice talk on management of physical fitness. He says avoid A, B, C. Alcohol, avoid. B, bottle. C, cigarettes. A, avoid B and C. Then C stands for cultivate. Cultivate a good diet. Physical fitness. Exercise A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E ensures health. H. Somebody I spoke about diet, that fellow said, sir, is it before meal or after meal? I said, no, yeah, that is the meal. Then he stopped attending my talks. Diet. It's a physical body. Physical body can carry only so much of weight, can carry only so much of sugar. So physical well-being is tier number 1. Then comes your tier number 2. Emotional quotient. How do you face ups and downs in life? You know, this is like a graph. In some people's life, there'll be up. Suddenly one down will come. Some people will have down. No, suddenly one up will come. Some people have down, up, down. Everybody's beat is different. And knowing it and having the emotional maturity to handle the up, down, it's the second tier. There was a gentleman, a colleague of mine, who used to live, in the typical Bombay 2-roomed house. And he had 4 children. Anandma, he was living. Then someday somebody told him that all these children will grow up. How will you live in these 2 rooms? So he spent a hell of a lot of money and bought a huge flat in a place called Kharghar, Navi Mumbai. I used to stay in Belapur. And he lived in Kharghar. And much later he was telling me, Mohan Saab, koi kharidne wala ho to batao. I said, why man? You have got 4 children. He said, yeah, 3 children are abroad. And 1 child is in Australia. There are 3 children are in America, 1 children is in Australia. Nobody is coming. And in this big 4-bedroom house, I and my wife are all alone. Walking from one end to the other end of the house is giving me knee pain. And the Kamwali Bai is asking me 4,000 rupees. Maintenance is 5,000 rupees. He said, I will go to my 2 koli wala kamara flat in Ville Parle. Kitna khush tha. Now this flat is neither getting rent nor getting bargain. See, emotional maturity. And I asked him, are you happy children? He said, kya kiya hum children ko itna padhaya, they have all left me and gone. What did you tell your children when they were young? Did you tell them you have to take care of your father, you have to take care of your mother, you have to live in Ville Parle? Did you tell them all this? What did you tell them? Kuch ban ke dikhao, America jao, uske bachche ko dekho, see that fellow, see that fellow. The child followed whatever you did. You told them. He was a very obedient fellow. You tell him, hey, don't waste your time in this koli, do koli wala ye. Do this. And now you're saying he's not listening to me. He listened to you. That's why he's there. So this reality is called emotional maturity. Then comes the third tier. The third tier is very, very important. Bring Mahalakshmi home. Financial adequacy. Learn to manage your money. Please don't listen to all the telephone calls. Will say, sir, do you have some time? I have a scheme for you. Gone. Your money is gone. Your money. One day we'll have an exclusive talk on how to manage money. Financial adequacy. Have sufficient savings. Okay. Have decent income. Don't hesitate to spend. Take medical insurance so that you have, if there is any problem, they will pay. So have financial adequacy. See, some people say, no, finance. I said, who said finance is useless? If finance is useless for you, transfer it to my account. I'll give you account number. I have a lot of need for finance. बहुत पैसा चाहिए. I want a system. We want to put that system, music system there. Costs 1,35,000 rupees. Complete mixture. I want to put a state-of-art system in our colony in Bangalore so that people can come and sing there. You don't want money, abhi account number. Archana will collect and pass it on. So financial adequacy. See, in our culture, Mahalakshmi, this is Navratri time. Mahalakshmi is very, very important. Mahalakshmi is important. Mahalakshmi gives me financial. Bhagwan Narayan is a very intelligent person. He married Mahalakshmi. That's why he could maintain, relax karke na, foreign. So that Mahalakshmi is managing him well. So Mahalakshmi, financial adequacy. And the fourth tier is called spiritual stamina. It's your spiritual stamina. I want to ask a simple question. Do you know how to pray? And if you know how to pray, what do you ask for in your prayer? Ye de do, wo de do, ye de do. Hand of a beggar wala haath. Change the beggar wala haath with this. Thank you for so many things. Start with the body. I am able to see with my own eyes. I am able to fold my hands together. I am able to speak. I am able to eat my food with my own hands. More importantly, I am able to go to the washroom myself. Kitni badi baat hai. I can breathe without apparatus. I can see without glasses. So first is gratitude. Gratitude for self. Then gratitude for parents. The ancestry from which I came. That is spiritual stand. Then a certain appreciation for everything around me. An appreciation for everything around. They come under the categories of five categories. Okay. One category, that is a environmental infrastructure. There is an environmental infrastructure around it. Air, water, plants. You know, in India, they used to grow people tree. Why? People tree? Because oxygen throughout the day. Neem, banyan. And you know something? People tree doesn't have seeds. The people tree goes from the droppings of the crow. So crow is fed. Crow will do the droppings and people will. This was a culture, 5,000 years plus culture. And certain appreciation of the environmental infrastructure. I pour water to Surya Devata in the morning. Not because water will go to Surya Devata. But the ultraviolet rays filtering through the water, touching me, gives me physical well-being. There is so much science. So an appreciation of the environmental infrastructure around me. Second, there is a people infrastructure. There's a social infrastructure around me. There's a social infrastructure. People, there's a society. People mix. Can we get mutual help? If somebody is in trouble, all you have to say is take care. Good enough. You don't have to do anything else. Somebody says, I'm having a lot of it. Please take care. Let me know what I can do for you. And do what you can. Rather than say, let me know what I can do, offer to do is what I can. I can drive you to the hospital. Tell me when you're being discharged, I can drive you back. Offer what you can. Don't say anything you want. I'll say, give me about 10.5 lakh rupees. You'll put the phone down and will be never heard again. I can drive you. Yeah, as of now, I'm in a great difficulty. I can only say, take care. I'll include you in my good enough. One good word from. So that's a social infrastructure. The third one is a family infrastructure. So environmental infrastructure, social infrastructure, family infrastructure. Then there is an infrastructure of other life forms, birds, animals, trees, other life forms. And then there's a fifth infrastructure. The fifth infrastructure is the infrastructure of the wise people, scholars. And I talked about Sambandha, Jiva Sambandha, Jiva Jagat Sambandha, Jiva Ishvara Sambandha. All this has to be done by three basic actions. One action is called Kaika Karma, physical action. The second action is Vachika Karma, action from the mouth. Third one is Manasa Karma. So do you have a culture of reading books? Reading books, reading the works of good scholars. You are doing scholar seva. You are doing seva to the infrastructure of the wise people. Do you grow plants? Do you keep the atmosphere clean? Do you feed the birds? You are taking care of the infrastructure of other life forms. Do you talk friendly to people around you? Social infrastructure taken care of. Are you nice to your family? Family infrastructure taken care of. Are you appreciative of the natural gifts that we have? Water resources, air. You're taking care of the environmental infrastructure. You can never be happy alone. You can never separate yourself and be happy. But if you fall in, it is like an orchestra. Orchestra, there's one conductor, doing what is he trying to do? Is that everybody play on the same sur, same tal, play your notes properly. Everybody is playing his notes, but be in the overall symphony. In the same way, we all play our roles in the overall symphony. When you do that, when you fall in, when you're able to appreciate the whole infrastructure, you don't have to become happy. You discover the happy, pleased person in you. And when you discover this happy, pleased person, when you discover, you don't have to do anything at all. The pleased person will shine. How will he shine? Through his eyes, through his mouth, through his actions. You will see a happy person. His look will give you a lot of peace. His look will be full of affection, kindness. You will have. Why look at some other? You will enjoy a certain presence. Okay, a certain happiness in your eyes. Good words you use. Your actions are so dignified and so refined, elegant. All these words will follow. So happiness quotient is not outside you. It doesn't come from grabbing. It doesn't come from consumption. It comes from contribution. You contribute. Mutual. It is called, see, there's an English word, prosperous. There's a Sanskrit word, paraspar. So if you have paraspar, it will be prosperous. So a lot of paraspara, one together. And it's very important that in this awareness, it is something we have to appreciate, that we come from a certain heritage, which is thousands of years old, in which it is. It's not my knowledge, okay? It is not what I told. It comes from rishis. It comes from my guru. My guru was told by his guru. Somebody says, "Aapka parampara kya hai?" I said, "My parampara is coming from rishis, yaar. I was not born in, my country was not born in 1947. My country was born thousands and thousands of years ago. It's a culture. It is this deep, deep culture of ours. A certain awareness of this culture is good. A certain awareness of this culture, a certain commitment towards these 5 infrastructures I told you, the 3 sambandhas I told you, and the 4 tires. Just remember this. 3 relationships. Now before that, put it, happiness, H, comes from 2 V's. Vairagya, Viveka. comes from three relationships. Jiva Jiva, Jiva Jagat, Jiva Ishvara. Come from four tires. Physical well-being, emotional well-being, financial adequacy, spiritual standard. And comes from service to the five infrastructure. One comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Environmental infrastructure, social infrastructure, family infrastructure, infrastructure of other life forms, and the infrastructure of the fifth one, the wise people around. Happiness is equal to, it's an equation. It's like an equation. Equation means both the side value is the same. Only the formula is different. It looks different. So one, left side happiness is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Put it into brackets, division, whatever. That's how it works. This is how your happiness quotient works. It's a process of discovery. It's a process of unfoldment. And where do you get it from? This is the trickiest part of it. How do you look at your face? You have to only use a mirror. There is no choice. You have to use a reflecting medium. So to look at your happy self, you have to use a reflecting medium. The reflecting medium in Sanskrit terms is called a guru. A guru who reveals you. This is how it is. A coach. So I normally tell people, have a coach in your life. Not a, you have coach for gym and things like that. Have a happiness coach in. That person can. Then will help us reflect. He's not going to make you happy. He's going to help you reflect. Hey, this thinking is wrong. Just change this thinking. Ye pattern ka udhar karo. Just put this here. Just put this there. And your life will be so different. So that is the entire revelation. That is what is explained in our heritage by our gurus, which I thought I'll share with you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for being with me. And we are planning to do so many things, which Archana will announce shortly. And yeah, if anybody wants to share something, you're welcome. You can unmute and speak. Thank you, Narendraji.
No, whatever you say is correct. That whatever you say is correct. That mentor is very important. Guru is very important. Who will discover, satisfy you where you are lagging and how you should tackle the person. And you have covered whole the aspect that happiness is in our hand. How we interpret the thing done, then you will be happy. Up and down is always there in everybody. Yeah. And you have to choose right person. Yeah. Just like you told the story of Bhagavad Gita. That is very important in life. If you choose right person, you will be happy. If you choose material, then you will not be happy. Thank you.
If some people have joined late, the recording will be available. You can listen to that. Anybody would like to share something? You would like to share? Like Archana, you would like to make those announcements?
So you can announce your session at acting classes.
Yeah, from Saturday, coming week, that is 8th of October, morning 11 o'clock. We are introducing what is called a skill session. Participants will be introduced to how to do a little bit of acting. We are all very good actors at home, no doubt. From children, we have been bluffing, and as a grown-up person, you bluff to your spouse and things like that. Children bluff to their parents. So acting we have been doing. But this acting is particularly trying to understand the nuances of expression. So that, see, I would like to add saying that in your whole thing, try to become an interesting person. When you try to become an interesting person, when you learn to say things in the proper intonation, without doing too much drama, you say somebody, tell somebody, hey, that was such a nice thing to say. How will you say that? Like then I told a person, you please tell him sorry. He said, okay, sorry. That is not sorry. So sorry requires to be told. Oh, I'm very sorry. My apologies. Forgive. So there is a Kaikam, Vachikam, Manasa action. So integrating is all three is called Abhinay. All Sanskrit lovely words. So we will be taking you through a 1 hour session. And I don't say you will start acting in movies and theater and things like that. We'll just learn some, what do you call, some basics of a little bit of acting. How to say things expressively, how to use the power of your expressions, facial features, hands. I don't have to say anything. Somebody is doing something. I say, motivation. How was my session? Acting ho gaya na? We are all on Zoom platform. Are you able to hear me clearly? Are you able to hear me? Unmute. Itna kuch karte hai na acting. So like that, linking our thought, word and deed. We'll do that through a series of action. I'll take you through small, I'll give you a dialogue to read. You can emote to a song, you can emote. Okay, you can enjoy the pleasure of acting. We'll see it on Saturday 11. You're all welcome. Please enroll with Archana. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, today is Mahasashti. Then Navami Dashami ke baad, because we thought we'll do it on Dashami, but Dashami is so on Dashami we are supposed to learn a skill. So 2 days after that we'll start the skill. So good luck to everyone. Welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.